Tonight our special guest is not John Key, he is not sitting in the seat beside me, and he is not joining us live from our Wellington studio. Indeed, for the second day running, John Key has declined our invitation to appear on the program when asked why his office wouldn't give us an answer. But here's the question we wanted to ask. Can you guarantee a government led by you would not sell Kiwibank, which seems fairly straightforward? Key's opponents suggest his reluctance to give such a guarantee is evidence the Nats are wolves in sheep's clothing. If so, they wouldn't be the first opposition party to not reveal their full agenda in an election campaign. In 1984, exhausted by 9 years of Rob Muldoon, we voted in cuddly old David Longy and got Roger Douglas, Richard Prebble, asset sales and GST into the bargain. Exhausted by that lot, we voted in cuddly old Jim Bolger and got Ruth Richardson, the mother of all budgets, and even more asset sales. Everything but steak knives, basically. In short, when governments are tired and unpopular, opposition parties try to look innocent and cuddly, keeping the policies they fear may be unpopular secret. Is this what the Nats are doing? We'd ask John Key, but he won't come on the show. In the meantime, who's taping all this stuff? What are the ethics of recording such conversations? And what are the issues surrounding making them public? National say they may call in the police to investigate. What does the law say? Here's Tony Reid.
What do Bill English, Lockwood Smith and Nick Smith all have in common?
Well, eventually, but not now. You've gained the confidence of the people. They've got more chance to more things.
They've been secretly recorded. Those recordings have been passed on to 3 News, and now all hell's breaking loose.
Do you think it was Labor?
Well, it certainly wasn't a National person, and it seems that this is new dirty tricks, so it could well have been someone from the Labor Party.
Young Labor activists, in our view, have been bugging the conversations of personal conversations at National Party conference.
So, who done it? Which one of these people, Nationals people, secretly recorded what were meant to be private conversations? The man who relied on National Party sources to write his whistleblowing book, The Hollow Men, says, "Don't look at me."
I'm absolutely confident that this won't be one of my sources. It's something completely different. I know my people.
But someone did it without telling the 3 MPs. So, is that legal?
It depends. It depends on who recorded it. Because what the Crimes Act says is that if one party to a conversation records it, then it's not illegal under the Crimes Act.
So, in the case of the 3 embarrassed National Party MPs, it's more than likely what went on was legal. Now, to show you how easy it is to record a conversation on a cell phone and then flog it off to the media, we decided to do an experiment. All you have to do is press record, hold it down here, and then see if they'll bite.
First right,
Yeah.
into Queen Street,
Yeah.
turn left,
Yeah.
and it's the first major intersection.
You go right to the end of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hit the lights.
Yeah.
That's Victoria Street.
Just walk all the way up.
Oh, where that white building is.
Where that white building is, okay.
Victoria.
And I've just been recording this very short conversation with us of you giving me directions to Victoria Street. Well, first of all, are you surprised that I can just stand here, have a chat with you and record it?
Not at all. No.
Why not?
Well, technology's moved on to a point where it's easy to do.
Do you think it's ethical for the media to do it?
I don't think it's ethical.
And while there's an argument that jumping people on the street and sticking them on national telly without warning them is a bit unfair, the reality is that politicians should know better, especially in election year.
If you're having a conversation in public, even if it's a private event, then you should be thinking about whether you want what's being said on the 6 o'clock news. It should always be, is this going to look okay if it's going to be on the news?
But that doesn't mean the media has carte blanche, and there are plenty of incidents where those in the limelight have challenged editors' decisions to broadcast their personal lives. The most recent and high profile being British motorsport boss Max Mosley's triumph over the News of the World. The tabloid published lurid details about his private life. A British judge ruled the paper breached his privacy and ordered a multi-million-dollar payout. For others, like Paris Hilton, they seem not to care about what sort of attention they get as long as they get it.
Where you draw the line, essentially, is about what the information is. So if it's important, if it's even interesting, those are considerations that you take account of. And you're also thinking about the impact that that material may have. Will it have an impact that's out of all proportion to the information that's being imparted?
In the story of the secret recorder and the 3 MPs, National's now threatening to take the matter to the police, and it's pointing the finger at Labor, saying someone over there was in on it.
National hasn't got the slightest evidence that it's Labor, and this reminds me of many things that politicians do where they're just trying to divert off a bit of bad news and blame someone else and make themselves look like somehow they're being victimised.
Whether they're victims or got caught off guard, National says this is dirty politics and are vowing to fight back.